Hey, what's going on guys, Predicate here, and today I'm gonna you guys a very interesting video talking about why are there two Kronoriums within the Black Ops 3 storyline. So before I get ahead of myself, let's actually go back and talk about what is the Kronorium and how exactly or why it is so important within the overall storyline. So the Kronorium was first introduced by Call of Duty's official Twitter account on April 16th, right before the release of Setsubo no Shima, in a bio for Shadows of Evil, and here's what it says, and I quote, "As four newly cursed souls banded together to defy the undead horrors of Morgue City, Richtofen began to set his grand plans in motion. Armed with the knowledge gained from the Kronorium, Richtofen entered the dimension with a singular goal, to secure the summoning key from the possession of the Keepers." So when this first released, everybody in the community lost their minds. This was a crucial piece of the storyline. This essentially told us where Richtofen was before Shadows of Evil, because up to that point we didn't really know what happened to him. All we knew is that Richtofen disappeared for 2 years after Origins and then reappeared in the Giant, and this at least gave us a clue on what Richtofen was doing in those 2 years. So after that happened, we didn't really get any more information about the Kronorium until Call of Duty officially announced the comic book that they're working on and that will release on October 19th. And they released the official description for the comic book, which goes as follows: on his quest to secure an ancient artifact known as the Kronorium, Dr. Edward Richtofen enlists the help of the Tranzit Crew, a ragtag group of survivors last seen in the Black Ops 2 Zombies installment Buried, on a deeply unstable and fractured future Earth. Stuhlinger, Misty, Rustman, and Marlton battle for survival against the undead horde as they slowly uncover the truth behind Richtofen's mysterious reappearance. So now we know, after Origins, Richtofen made his way to the original storyline and found the Tranzit Crew, and thanks to them he actually got the Kronorium, and after he read it and got all the knowledge he could from it, he made his way to Shadows of Evil to get the summoning key, and then made his way to the Giant to set his plans into motion. So as you guys can probably tell now, the Kronorium is a really big deal within the zombie storyline, and even now we don't know the full powers and everything that is within the Kronorium, and we probably won't know or get any more details until the comic book releases in about a month. But now let's get back to the question at hand, and that is, why are there two Kronoriums in the zombie storyline? So the first copy of the Kronorium is actually with Richtofen, and he uses it all throughout the Black Ops 3 zombie storyline up until he gets to Revelations, where we use it to defeat the Shadow Man. So there's actually a second Kronorium located in Der Eisen, and you guys probably didn't notice it because Der Eisen released all the way back on February 2nd, and the Easter egg was saw pretty damn quickly after, and the only way you could see the Kronorium is during the Easter egg. And like I just said earlier in the video, the Kronorium wasn't officially announced by Call of Duty until April 16th. So the way to actually see the Kronorium within Der Eisen is you guys have to teleport back in time, and it is during the step when you have to open the box, and you don't really put a password in, you just go to the left side and hold square on this mysterious book, and then the box opens. Now what you probably didn't notice is that that book that you guys hold square on to activate and open the box is the Kronorium. It is the same skin, and it is the exact same thing as the Kronorium we later use in Revelations. Now I've seen the argument before that maybe it's a different book, but it has the same skin on it, and I wouldn't really think that's the case, because why would they use the same skin of the most important book within the zombie storyline on a random book that only helps you on one step during an Easter egg? So now let's get to explaining. So as we know, Richtofen after Origins made his way to the original storyline, got the Kronorium, made his way back to Shadows of Evil to get the summoning key, then made his way to the Giant where he met up with the Origins crew, and then made his way all throughout the Black Ops 3 storyline. Now as we know, at the end of Revelations, Dr. Monty teleports them back in time to Primus, where they become Primus, and then they die out, and then the storyline restarts itself from the very beginning. Now the theory that I'm proposing is that Richtofen used the second Kronorium to actually kill the Shadow Man, and he left it there, and Dr. Monty must have thought that he doesn't have the Kronorium anymore, but what Dr. Monty doesn't know is that Richtofen somehow acquired the second Kronorium, and then he got teleported back in time back to Primus with the Kronorium. Now once he's back at Primus, Richtofen most likely wrote down all the stuff that he learned during that cycle and all the knowledge that Richtofen has, and then he gave it to the Der Eisen King to put it in the Der Eisen Castle, and then once everyone dies out and the Origins characters are born again and go through all the storyline once again, during Der Eisen, Richtofen finds the past cycles version of the Kronorium that is jam-packed with a bunch of knowledge, and now he knows Dr. Monty's grand plan. He knows a bunch of stuff that just one Richtofen wouldn't know. And and he keeps the Kronorium that he got from the past Richtofen and uses the Kronorium that he got in the Tranzit Crew experience to kill the Shadow Man, and then after that has all happened, the whole cycle starts over again, and Richtofen writes everything he learned during that cycle. So there you guys have it. That is my explanation to why there are 2 Kronoriums within the Black Ops 3 storyline, and honestly, I wholeheartedly agree with this. I think that this is what happened because it just adds up so well. It lines up to everything we know already within the storyline, and even if it isn't right, I would honestly love to know why there are 2 Kronoriums in the storyline. But there you guys have it. If you guys did enjoy this video, then make sure to drop a like down below, and also subscribe for more Revelations videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.